Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to talk about Book of Many Things, Chapter 9, the Night chapter for Book of Many Things, this new D&D canon hardback. But today I want to talk about how Dungeons and Dragons canon hardbacks really aren't they're not just for Dungeons and Dragons participants, they're just as much for regular Muggle humans, but regular Muggle humans never read them. But they really are for them, and something is that, and there is this incredible, and Gary Gygax's legacy echoes in every Dungeons and Dragons canon hardback, and Gary speaks from the grave to humanity through every D&D canon hardback, and everybody should be listening, but not everybody is. All right, so Gary was just a regular guy, regular human. He had no supernatural powers, but if you don't think legacy is real, I got to, Copernicus. Alexander the Great, done. You're wrong. Regular humans speak to humanity throughout millennia, right? And Gary Gygax is going to be speaking to human beings in the year 4000 if Jesus hasn't come back, right? All right. And I'm not in end times. I'm not one of boy, man. Evangelical Christians, they got these end time. It's a bunch of people. They get old, and then they're like, "Oh, end times are on Tuesday." You're like, no. Calm down, right? So it's interesting. God Jesus can come any day, or he can come 10,000 years from now. So we'll see, right? Okay. So I believe that there's a huge overlap between Dungeons and Dragons and evangelical Christianity, and this upsets a lot of people, and I get it. But the other thing is, so why would I say it if I know people are going to be upset about it? Because I'm trying to give you a realistic view, in my humble opinion, of Dungeons and Dragons. I want you to understand what it really is and why I'm so passionate about it, right? So why am I passionate about Dungeons and Dragons? Well, I'm an evangelical Christian, right? So what do I get from that? What do I get from being an evangelical Christian? I get three things, all right? I get improvement, transformation, and salvation, okay? What do I get from Dungeons and Dragons? I get improvement, transformation, and security. All right, and the security is on salvation is of incredible, limitless value. The security that Dungeons and Dragons gives is extremely small and limited, right? But they are incredibly overlapped. Okay. One is far more valuable. I highly recommend that you become an evangelical Christian. It's going to do 1,000 times more for you than Dungeons and Dragons ever could. But if you're lost, it comforts me to know that God put something here for you through Gary Gygax that is going to give you some ability to improve, transform, and have some security over a small portion of your life, right, while you're here, right? And so let me explain what that is today, right? So Dungeons and Dragons canon hardback, the Deck of Many Things comes out, okay? I buy the digital, I buy the physical, right? And I did buy these separate. For a while, I've been, kind of mixing it up, but I bought these separate, right? And it's really fascinating. It's incredible. So you would think that Book of Many Things really doesn't have anything for regular Muggle humans, but it does. It does. It's powerful, right? It's incredibly powerful. The work Mackenzie Armis did on this book is incredible, right? And it really transcends Dungeons and Dragons participants, Dungeon Masters and Dragon Masters, right? It's really for Muggles too. So the Night chapter, the night comes up, 1974 D&D, 1994 D&D, 2004 D&D, 2014 D&D. What did they do with the night? It was just a night, right? What does 2024 Dungeons and Dragons? What does Book of Many Things do with the night? Well, it recontextualizes the night for modern times. And in the Night chapter, the night is referred to as an ally. A grateful ally, a vengeful ally, a seeker ally, and a studious ally. And what it's saying is Mackenzie de Armas is saying, in my humble opinion, for, a regular person is going to read Dungeons and Dragons and go, oh, a knight, somebody with armor and a sword, and they chop stuff up. And Mackenzie is saying, no, man, no. This is Gary's legacy. Gary is speaking to you still in 2024 with people who carry his legacy banner. And what is that person saying? Ally. If you are an ally, you are a knight, right? And this makes sense because people have been mocking it, and the world is filled with fools. They're like, oh, you're white knighting. Yes, I am knighting, right? Sword and board, baby. I'm going to fight for what is real. I'm going to fight for what matters. You say it like it's a joke. You are the joke. Yes, I'm white knighting. I'm black knighting. I'm orange knighting. I'm green knighting. I'm blue knighting. I'm red knighting. Knight is an ally. We are knights if we choose to be. Take the armor, take the board, take the sword, knight it up. It's right there in the canon hardback, right? And every muggle on the planet should read it, but they won't. You are special. I am special because we listen to the words of Gary, which can improve, transform, and secure. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion, not a thing more, not a thing less. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful fetch millennium.